Yo, what's up, guys? This is Mark Munoz, and you're listening to Leave It in the Ring Radio.
In the ring. The first thing I want to ask you, you're not new to the game because I see those cauliflower ears. So how did you get started?
All right, story about me. So I've been wrestling ever since I was 13. I wrestled from Vallejo High School in the Bay Area, and grew up at Vallejo, and wrestled throughout there. Was a two-time state champion, high school national champ. Made the world team, a couple times. Got a full ride to Oklahoma State. Wrestled there for 4 years, and then was an NC2A national champion for them. Two-time All-American, and then after that I wrestled to become an Olympian. Came up short, a little bit short there, and then I actually accepted a job because I coached at Oklahoma State for 3 years, and I accepted a job at UC Davis. There I met Uriah Faber. He's a legend in the sport. He's been in the sport for over 8 years now. He's one of the lead pioneers, and he's one of the top fighters in the world, and he's a good personal friend of mine. He's like, Mark, you need to do it. I'm like, yo, I can't do it right now, man. I got a family, I got a wife and 4 kids. I'm getting my master's, I'm teaching, I'm coaching. I'm like, dude, one more thing on my plate, I can't handle, bro. And then after that, he brought in Randy Couture, Brandon Vera, Quinn Rampage Jackson, James Sandman Irvin, Scott Hansen, Steele Smith. They were all there training. I came out just to do one training session with them. My first sparring session was with Randy Couture. All I could do was like jab, jab, jab into a double leg. After that sparring session, I was hooked, man. And I was like, you know what, Uriah, I'm gonna try it out. So I started training part-time, and my first fight was back in 2008. And ever since then, man, it's been history ever since, and I've been on the fast track to get in that belt, man.
What can you tell us about your next opponent?
Aaron Simpson. I'm fighting Aaron Simpson in 2 weeks, November 20th. We'll be fighting on the UFC 123 card in Detroit. Lyoto Machida and Quinn Rampage Jackson is actually headlining the card, so we'll be meeting there. Funny story. Aaron and I are good friends. We train together in wrestling. We train together in MMA. We know each other's families. We decided to fight, made the decision to start fighting back in, I think, 2007, I believe. And it was at the Palace of Auburn Hills. Actually, we decided just a little bit before that. But when we saw each other at the Palace of Auburn Hills in Detroit, because that's where the NC2A National Championships were for wrestling, we ended up training together over there. And now we fight for the same organization, in the same weight class, and now we're fighting in Detroit at the Palace of Auburn Hills. Full circle, man. It's kind of ironic, but that's what's happening, man. So it's a pretty cool story.
Full circle now. WEC got bought out by the UFC. What do you think about that?
You know what? The merger is actually good for the WEC fighters to come in. Hopefully for the UFC. Already existing fighters in the UFC, that it doesn't cut the amount of fights that we fight during the year, because with the influx of fighters coming in, there might be fewer cards for fighters to come in, because they can't put 15 to 20 fights on a card. They can't do that. But hopefully there'll be cards throughout the year where the WEC held events. Hopefully the UFC will hold events more frequently so that the fighters can fight the same times throughout the year. But other than that, I think it's a great move. I think it's a great move for the WEC to come in and the UFC to take over the WEC, because we'll get more press for the best fighters in the world in the UFC for the lighter weight classes. So
that's right.
It's pretty exciting.
If people want to hit you up and get to know you better, you have a Twitter, you have a Facebook, you have a MySpace. Where can they hit you up?
Yeah, you can hit me up on my Twitter account. I have Twitter.
What's your Twitter name?
My Twitter name is Mark_Munoz. So you could go to twitter.com /Mark _Munoz, Mark with a K. And yeah, you can look up markmunoz.net also as well. You can look up traintorain.com, TRAIN, the number 2, rain, REIGN.com. That's my gym over in South Orange County. Come by if you're ever in the area, if you want to learn some mixed martial arts, or if you want to learn wrestling, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, or boxing, you definitely come out. I got awesome instructors.
Yeah.
Got an awesome group of fighters, and
There's a lot of fighters that go there, huh?
yeah, dude. It's my gym actually has the top fighters that are actually competing at my gym. King Mo's there. We got Fabricio Verdum. We got Babalu. We got Jason Mayhem Miller, Christoph Szynski. We have the Nogueira brothers come by. Junior Dos Santos. Anderson Silva, when he's in town, he comes around. When Uriah Faber's in town, he comes around. Chad Mendez.
It's a lot of people, man.
I'm just naming them off on the top of my head. But
So one last thing, if your next opponent was next to you, what would you tell him? Talk trash or no talk trash?
I wouldn't talk trash, man, because I respect them. I know them.
Sure.
But I'm gonna leave it out in the octagon, man, that night.
For sure.
He knows that I'm gonna do that. So
And what day is that?
November 20th, UFC 123.